Number 5, Fairmont Banff Springs Hotels, Banff, Canada. Located high in the Canadian Rockies, the Fairmont Banff Springs Hotel calls to mind a beautiful medieval castle in the wilderness. The Fairmont management adamantly denies any ghostly activity, but stories abound. One spirit frequently witnessed is that of a bride allegedly killed in a tragic accident right before walking down the aisle. The other, far more whimsical tale involves an elderly bellhop named Sam Macaulay. Sam so adored the hotel that after he passed, he continued to work there. Guests report a white-haired bellhop helping them, only to vanish before they have a chance to tip him. Number 4, Russell Hotel, Sydney, Australia. Australia has a rough and tumble history, with origins as a British penal colony. The Russell Hotel shares those dark origins. It served as a hospital during deadly outbreaks of smallpox and bubonic plague, and later became a rooming house and hostel for sailors. It would seem that at least one of the seamen refuses to leave. Guests of room 8 report waking to find a dark presence looming over their bed, peering down at them. Others claim to have seen the ghosts of prostitutes wandering the hall or doors opening and closing. Some claim that recent renovations on the old sandstone building have only served to rile up the old spirits, and activity is reportedly up. Number 3, Grand Hyatt Hotel, Taipei, Taiwan. It is rumored that the Grand Hyatt was erected over land that had once served as a Japanese execution ground and prison camp during World War II. The earth was so poisoned by death and despair that paranormal experiences abounded in the modern hotel, and locals shunned the place like the plague. Even action star Jackie Chan reported a creepy experience, storming out of his suite in the middle of the night after encountering a ghost. Desperate, management turned to feng shui experts, who installed wind chimes, amulets, and Buddhist scrolls in the lobby designed to frighten off spirits. Number 2, Ballygee Castle Hotel, Larne, Northern Ireland. Built in 1625, Ballygee Castle might have a less than intimidating name, but it possesses quite a formidable history. It belonged to the Shaw family for many years, until finally becoming the property of Cyril Lord, a carpeting magnate who modernized and expanded the property. It was sold again, finally becoming a hotel. One of its former residents was James Shaw, husband of Lady Isabel. Poor Isabel is said to have crossed her husband somehow. Some speculate that she'd been an adulteress, and still others that she'd been unable to produce a male heir. Shaw had his wife imprisoned in the turret room where, starving to death, she flung herself out the window to her dorm. Lady Isabel has since proven a very active presence in the castle, appearing frequently to guests and knocking on guests' doors at odd hours. James himself might also be present. It is rumored that he was poisoned in the castle. Another spirit, one Madame Nixon, is seen in a swirling, elegant dress. The mischievous laughter of children is also heard tinkling in the hallways. Number 1, Le Pavillon Hotel, New Orleans. Built in 1907, the hotel's website describes it as a place where guests can instantly conjure the days of genteel luxury, romantic evenings and glittering nights. Guests might also have a brush with the dead. Le Pavillon is reportedly haunted by at least 5 different ghosts. The most famous of these is Ada, a tearful teenage spirit killed by a runaway carriage who has been known to bump into people in the lobby, claiming to be lost, then vanishing. Ada might predate the construction of the hotel itself. Witnesses claim she's dressed in the style of the mid-1800s. A gray-haired old woman in a black dress has been spotted, as have a spectral couple holding hands. Some say they can smell the man's cigar smoke and smell the lady's perfume. Most amusing of all is the hotel's resident hippie, a young man with colorful garb, bell-bottoms, and no shoes, who is frequently seen running around and disappearing into the walls. The hippie ghost is a prankster, often charged with hiding objects and yanking blankets off unsuspecting guests.